All right, guys, this is Johnny Tacos here with another exciting episode. Today we have Flamuel, all the way from Florida, a Christian metal band. And you ready to rock? I'm ready to rock. And you know what? You know, when you give your testimony, when you open yourself and you become vulnerable, you know what? You see through that boundary and it opens up doors. Here it is, See Through by Flamuel. Here, can I say it again? The Johnny Taco Show.
Hey, this is Monica from Theotarin.
This is Pathos from Symphony
Hi,
of
this
Heaven,
is
and
Randy
you are
Rose.
listening to the Johnny Taco
Hey, what's
Show.
up, everybody? This is Paul McCoy from the band 12 Stones, and you're listening to the Johnny Taco
This is
Show.
Sloths in a Bucket on Johnny Taco Show.
Hey, this is Sergio Pollock from A Vespertine Rising.
Hey guys, this is Jeremy Sims from With Blood Comes Cleansing. You're listening to the Johnny Taco Show.
This is Patrick from Ritual Servant, and you're listening to...
Welcome to the Johnny Taco Show.
The Eagle has landed.
I step my foot inside, eyes look my way. I'm sensing I just irritated the peace, like I'm not welcome here. If I fall in line and I fit in place, then maybe you'll look at my face. The truth is I am an offense to you. There's nothing I can really do. I don't know why I just won't stick, and I don't know why the pieces just won't fit. Maybe if I fall in line, maybe you'll know I exist. But oh, enough is never enough for you. Conform if I wanna be led through. Good luck trying to get me to fall in line. Let me remind you that I'm not see-through. You just look at me, then you quickly look away. You push me down till you hit the ceiling. Rejections never felt so filling. I'll never be good enough for you. Doesn't matter what I say or do. I'd rather be me than silent for me. You're so caught up in your vanity. I don't know why I just won't stick, and I don't know why the pieces just won't fit. Maybe if I fall in line, then maybe you'll know I exist. But no, enough is never enough for you. Conform if I wanna be led through. Good luck trying to get me to fall in line. Let me remind you that I'm not see-through. And I tried just this once to just fit in place, but then I realized that some things just don't fit in place. I don't care if I never stick, and I don't care if the pieces never fit. Good luck trying to get me to fall in line. Let me remind you one more time. I hope that I never stick, and I hope that the pieces never fit.
We are back with the Johnny Taco Show, and it is my honor to meet Manny Hubbard of Flamuel. See, I told you in the beginning I will properly find out the proper name. See, I was thinking it was Samuel, but he caught on fire, so it's Flamuel. But Manny, the man of the hour, had corrected me. So that is awesome. It's Flamuel. You know, like, how do you want your burger at Burger King? Flamuel.
There you go. So I only got one way. Hey, I want it Flamuel, okay? Just make sure it's Flamuel, all right? I like to have my burgers in a nice way, just like that.
Yes, I like to, when I taste it, I want it to have the same texture, flavor, and all that of the charcoal that it's burning under, above.
Got to have that nice charcoal on the outside and the inside. It's just pure bliss, man.
Yep, that is true. How are you, brother, man? All the way in Florida, Holiday, Florida, where they celebrate holidays 24/7, 365 days.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's like in the 90s or so, which is like pretty much like that every day in the summertime. It's hot. A lot of storms coming in through at this time of the year, but otherwise it's good. Yeah, man, life is good at the moment.
Hey, nothing spells out metal than an awesome storm in the background while you're rocking.
Pretty much. It's great to record vocals when I'm in there, and all of a sudden you hear like a nice thunder and lightning, and I'm like, oh, that was sick, but I got to redo my take now.
Hey, I would just leave it in that because that would have been awesome. It just shows the rawness of your metal, and that's what metal is. It's raw. It's in your face.
Much,
yeah, in your face, dirty, kind of grimy kind of feel to it, where you're out there in the mosh pit for a whole set, just sweating and running around like a crazy guy, like Psycho Man. That's what metal is to me.
That's a good description of it, man.
Yep. Descriptions by Johnny Taco here on K104. But anyways, man, Holiday, Florida. How far is that from Port St. John? Because that's where I used to live.
Port St. John. Where's that on the map? I'm very new to the area, so where is it on?
It's over there by we'll say Titusville, Cocoa Beach area.
Okay, so Holiday is like 40 minutes north of Tampa. So that's about all I could say. I'm very close to the Gulf, like 5 minutes. Yeah, so I'm like right in the middle to the west side.
Okay, so you're on the Gulf side because I was living on the ocean side, where everybody gets slapped by hurricanes on a daily.
Yep, sounds about right.
So enough about the geographical areas of Florida. Let's talk about you. So have you always been into metal since you were a wee lad? You look about 22, 23.
You were very close. I'm 24. I wish I was 23, but yeah. So as a child, I grew up with a whole wide variety of different kinds of music. I grew up in a Christian household, so we listened to a lot of the Christian radio. But I loved Air One as a kid because they played all the heavy, hardcore rap or heavy metal. So I grew up with like Skillet, Red, Disciple, POD. I grew up with like Switchfoot or KJ52. So I always loved the hard stuff when I was a kid. I remember when my dad was a youth pastor. He would take us to like different festivals at Cornerstone. So as a child, I got to see all the cool bands, and I remember as a little child going to a KJ52 concert when I was like 6, and I'm in the background just jumping and moshing all over the chairs. And so as a child, it was my jam to just get into the cool hard stuff. So yeah, even now.
So your dad was cool with you just jamming out to metal, to the heavy stuff, as long as it's Christian based.
Well, so he was a metalhead too, and he actually still is. He grew up in the 1980s, with the 80s metal and Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, all that stuff. That was his jam when he was a kid. And that was kind of me when I was a kid. We did all that. But as I got older, when I became a teenager, I started getting into professional wrestling. And that's when my dad's like, here, check out this song. And it was Enter Sandman by Metallica. And that was a entrance theme from this wrestler called Sandman. And when I first heard it, like, this is awesome. What is this? And then I went down a whole rabbit hole of Metallica and all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, that was, the roots were all the Christian stuff, and I still love and respect that. But I've come to appreciate like the Metallica, Megadeth, like the '80s thrash, to even some of like the 2000s metal or like '90s. Yep.
So you were into wrestling, and Sandman, I remember him from ECW. That guy was crazy. That that whole wrestling time when during that era was insane with all the falling from the what was it, Sandman that fell? No, Rampage threw somebody from the top of the stands on the arena onto the ground. Yeah, and with that era, they had killer music. They had metal. Metal was always rock walked hand in hand with wrestling. So it was only until recently a lot of hip hop had mixed in with the whole wrestling sect. So, and yes, I'm showing my age. Yeah, I know I'm 47, about to be 48. But I grew up in that metal, and to me, there was nothing wrong with it. Was good. It was clean. It wasn't. There was some stuff that I stayed away from because my personal feelings towards what they stand for and all that. But metal to me was an attitude. Was an attitude growing up. So with that, in your Christian upbringing, with metal, growing up, did that keep you set on your true north, kind of a wet walk with God, or did you have? Because we were all kids at one time, and we all made mistakes. Was there a time in your life? Because you're still young, you're still a little baby, if compared to me, but. Was there any time in your life where you had that, like a testimony of the time where you were questioning Christianity and you were out there trying to live your life? I will say that Christianity the way you thought was right.
All that stuff. I grew up in the church. Like I said, my dad was a youth pastor. My mom was a part of it too. We were doing ministry. So I grew up in the church, hearing all that stuff from a very young age. And to this day, it's still something that I truly do believe in. I still believe that Christ died for me and my sins, and I truly believe that. But when I was a teenager, I went through a lot of things that kind of changed the way I viewed the world and just shaped my view of a lot of things. And I was just angry about a lot of things. And that's where metal came into play. I was just angry and confused about a lot of things. And that was my outlet. But when I was like 16 years old, I hated the world. I hated myself. I felt like no one loved or cared about me. I was going through some things in high school. And around 15, 16 years old, I was about ready to take my own life. And I actually wrote a song about it. It's a song called Drowning, but we'll get to that later. But that was how I was feeling. And I ultimately hated God. I was like, I'm done with Christianity. I'm done with the church. I'm done with all of this. And I'm about ready to take my own life. But that's when God showed up in my life and just embraced me with his love and his mercy. And it was just one night where I was just like, I'm done. And he just, embraced me in such a way where I just started crying. But I was like resisting, like, no, get away from me. I don't want this right now. But that's when I changed a bit and I started to, be a little bit more forgiving. And I started to view the good things about life and realize that life is beautiful and it's hard. You know, there's beauty and there's pain. It's life is hard, and it's, you know, when it says, you know, in the world you will have trouble, but it was at that moment that I realized, you know, that my life has purpose, and, you know, there's never a reason where I would need to do that. Like, why? So that's when I changed. And to this day, I no longer feel that way. And I know that there's a purpose for my life, and there's a purpose for other people's lives. And I want people to know that. But then I started to continue just, you know, pursuing Christ and reading the Word. And then around college time, again, I was still focusing on Christ and still trying to pursue Him, still going to church and everything, getting on the worship teams and whatnot. But there was a time in college when I was about 19. I don't remember exactly what happened, but something happened in college to where I was just like, you know what, I'm going to live my own life again. Started, you know, listening to a lot of different secular music, started getting into a lot of different things. And just again, feeling angry because I also at one point I felt kind of rejected by the church and kind of church hurt. That was a part of it. And I just decided to go my own way again. But as of now, I realize that, you know, the church isn't perfect. We're all human. We're all people in need of a savior. And I feel that we're better together than we are apart. So, and to this day, and that's kind of where I found the Extreme Tour, was after high school and college, after all the stuff I'd been through, I was like, God, where do you want me? Where am I supposed to go? And then I found the Extreme Tour. And that's how I ended up going with them, playing music, and, you know, sharing my testimony and, you know, spreading love and, you know, peace and, you know, positivity to these people. So that's where I'm at in life. Yes.
And you said as a kid you were in that dark time, and it happens unfortunately to a lot of us. We all had that moment where we hate life, we hate ourselves because of something that happened, something that you know, it wasn't in our power that we did. You know, it's the enemy is so easy and eager to tell you that you're worth nothing, that you don't even deserve to live. And what we need to do is we need to make Jesus's words louder than the enemy's thoughts. And going through that gospel with God changing your mind right there, that right there is a miracle. It's a miracle. You know, it's not like the miracles that people think they want to see, like bring this person back to life or walk on water. No, it was a miracle because He intervened at your darkest moment. He went in and He said, I love you. You're my child. You are special. You're regarded. I know who you are. I know you by name. I know all the hairs on your head. I was there for your birth, and I'll be there when your death. And you're a special person. And when He does it, it transforms people. It really does. It transforms the feeling. And yes, and we're human. We're human, and we're going to fall short sometimes. You know, like you said, you went down, you were 19, and you fell short a little bit. You wanted to live your life, and it's understandable because you were still a child. You know, you still did some childish ways. You know, you set aside now you're on Extreme Tour with my buddy Gallery Cat and you know, everybody else, and all the people that I've interviewed from Extreme Tour are very positive individuals and very much disciples of God, and they want to be out there, and being on that tour, you're not guaranteed any kind of thing. You're not guaranteed money. You know, you're out there. You're doing this for the servitude of our Lord and Savior. So
Yeah,
how
so
did you
actually,
bump into
when I was
somebody, or
17
did you
years
go
old,
to
I met
a
someone
show from the
who
Extreme
was on the
Tour?
tour like that previous year. They're tour alumni. They're a band called Ignatian. Um, I was going to church with them, and we were on the worship team together. And I told him about my band and the music I was writing. And he's like, you should check out the Extreme Tour. I feel like you'd be ready for that. And I checked it out. And after that, I kind of put it aside because I was still trying to make music for myself. I was, making music and trying to make it in the rock scene in New York. And that was just not working out. And that's when we decided, all right, we're moving out of New York. We're going to Florida. And I put music away for like a good year and a half. Me and my band broke up. And I just didn't touch music. But that's when I felt God saying, apply for the Extreme Tour. And I knew about it when I was 17. I was 23 at the time when I found out about when I decided to apply. I was 23 and I applied, and I didn't think I was going to get into it at all. But I just did. And usually they reach out to artists, but I was one of the few that actually reached out to them and got a reference from the other band. And then one thing led to another. I ended up going to their thing called The Objective. Ended up going there. And then they called me to go out on tour with them, which is pretty rare because I know people who try to, apply for like a year or 2 or 3 and then they get to tour. So by the first year of ever reaching out, they asked me, hey, we'd like you to go to the West Coast when I wanted to go to the East Coast. So I'm like, great. I ended up going to the West Coast. I was supposed to go out there for like a month, but about 3 shows in, I was like, nope, I'm going to do the entire thing. I felt called to do the entire 3 months on the West Coast and the Canada leg. And I've been with them ever since.
And
Yep.
and it's just like Jonah, he wanted to go away from where God
that is
wanted him to
literally,
go,
and I was
the
not
fish came and
pleased when I
grabbed
found
him
out
and
that
said,
I was going to the West Coast. I
you're
was
coming
like,
over
are
here.
you kidding me? And then, but it ended up being exactly where God needed me to go, wanted me to go, and that's exactly where I needed to be. And it's an experience I will never forget.
and doing this, it being with a bunch of great men and women of Christ, it's that community, just like you were saying, that community that you longed for, because we all need to be in community. And it's funny because I had men's breakfast earlier today, and we talked about community and how we need to be able to help others with their burdens, as a community. So, and that's what Extreme Tour is. It's a fellowship of brothers and sisters of Christ that go out there and they perform, and each one of y'all lean on each other and help with burdens. And it just, what it does is, after the tour, you get this strength.
All my strength from here, man.
You had. And it's not because of your long hair there, Samson. I'm so jealous because I used to have long hair like a century ago. It started thinning out. It's a sad story. This is supposed to be a happy. It's a sad story, but so music's been in your blood. You started. You're the singer and guitarist.
I had a
right?
drummer and a guitar player. When I first
who else is
started
in
the band, I was actually the bass player. And I grew up in New York, upstate New York, for about 22 years. And it was like in 2019, I decided to start the band. I was a bass player. I had a drummer and a guitar player. We did that for about 3 years, and then the band broke up and I moved here. So right now it's just me. I write pretty much all the songs, considering it's me now. That's what I did back then. I wrote the songs. I write the music. I play several instruments. I play bass, electric guitar, drums, a little bit of piano. I sing. I went to college for music audio production, so I know how to record. But when I'm on tour, I play the guitar and I sing, and then I have someone play bass and someone play drums for me. So it's usually whoever I can get that can back me up.
Okay,
There we go,
I'll
man.
come with
Sick.
you next time. I can do a little bit of drums, but I'm a master of air guitar. I'm a master of air guitar. You know, if you need an air guitarist, I will be there. I'll make sure that you keep the spotlight. You know, I'll try to tone it down, but you know, I'll be there with my skills. So, Flamuel, we're going to talk about your band. How did you come up with that name?
Oh man, here we go. So
piece of how this band became.
So when I was 15 years old, I was in health class, and they wanted us to do a drug prevention project, and we were each given a drug topic to work on. And so the teacher said, okay, your topic for drugs is going to be codeine. I'm like, okay. So we all did that. Instead of, most people, they do like a PowerPoint presentation or like a board. Me being me, I decided to make a whole video about it. And this video is on YouTube, and it's awful, and I cannot stand it, but it's still on YouTube, but anyway, I recorded a video of me pretending to be a drug addict, and
what?
It's on my YouTube channel. If you go under Manny Hubbard,
while you're telling
it's
me
like
that story,
at the very
I'm gonna
bottom.
look for it.
So it's there, unfortunately, but it's there. And so I pretended
telling the story,
to be a drug addict
don't
who
worry.
was trying out the drug. I looked up how, what they go through, what they feel like when they're on drugs. And it was hilarious and funny. It went all over the school, but I needed a name. So I pretended to be like some drugged out rapper or something. I'm like, yo, what's up, boys? This is Flamuel Hubbs here. And the name just stuck with me in high school. So people called me Flamuel. And when we were looking for a name, I'm like, I can't come up with anything else. Well, let's just do Flamuel, I guess. I don't think it's a very good name, but I don't know. It's supposed to be Flame with Manuel, because my name is Manny Manuel. So Flame with Manuel. Kind of like Samuel, like Manny, but on fire.
So doing this, you were like the coolest guy.
Yo, what's up, boys? This is Flamuel Hubbs here, and I'm about to show you what it's like to be drinking and tripping on that lean, bro. Man, I've been waiting so long to drink this. I'm gonna drink it right now. No stopping me. Wow. Yeah, get a good look at this lean, bro.
No,
was that actually lean right there? Was that was that actual lean?
There you go. It's the holy lean.
Okay, so
I did a lot of work on this
the
stuff.
holy lean. There you go. Because grape juice, you drink holy lean.
I had Lecrae. I had Flame.
Hold on, you were listening to Christian music. Oh man, that's dope. That's dope. I feel like a rapper.
No stop
like
me.
Lil Wayne right there, without the tattoos. You do love your grape soda.
I do, man.
You do love your grape soda, man. Ah, man, I'm gonna have to watch this the rest of the time because
Ooh, yeah. That just is uncontrollable.
Randy Savage.
What on earth is going on here? Ooh, yeah. What's going on? What's going on to me now? What's going on?
Oh, no.
I can't. What just happened?
All right. Okay, all right. If y'all want to watch more, go on Manny Hubbard's YouTube video and put on the comments below. Just tell me how this has not made an Oscar performance at all. You know, we need to put this on the big screen instead of some of the stuff that's been playing now. You know, it's a very, very, very awesome show. So. Yeah, look for it. You gotta go all the way to the back from 9 years ago. 9 years ago, your directorial debut. Man, that is crazy. Man, I don't know what I could say after that, after seeing that. But dude, man, so the name came from a school project that you did.
Pretty much.
So it kind of just stayed with you. That's who you are.
Just,
you know, with your holy lean. That's what you got to do now.
Oh,
that's what you got to do during your set.
Holy...
You go up and say, "Hey, I got to drink my holy lean." Man, I'm all out of words, man. I got to finish this after the show. I got to finish watching this show. I'm going to share this on my page, man, just for all my listeners. Go on Facebook. I'll share it today. So it's a treat. It's a treat, man. I got a new brother now, Manny. He's about as corny as me. I know that God has sent him in my life for a reason.
There you go.
It was for
successful.
Drug prevention. I will now not do drugs after seeing this show. So with the band going, with just you right now, but you have touring artists that help you out, touring bands.
Music wise, I am working on some new songs.
Do you have anything coming up soon?
I'm also doing some revisions of some songs to change it up a little bit. As far as touring goes, I am about to go to the UK with the Extreme Tour in about like 5 days. So that's about all I got with Flamuel at the moment. So yeah.
And do you have anything to help you out, like merchandise? Because I know artists, you put so much money out for your art, for your music. You know, because I know you do your own studio, you do your own mastering, but that costs money too, equipment, so on and so on. Do you have somewhere where somebody can like either give you a donation, or would like to like rep with a T-shirt or a hat, or even a sticker, or even you know, some holy lean?
I do want to come up with some merch eventually. I'm going to start working on that. If you'd like to donate, or if anyone would like to donate, I have what's it called? I have like things that you can donate to. Like you can just talk to me personally and message me, and there could be a way. Like PayPal, Cash App, or anything like that. It's usually how I do all my business. That's so if anyone wants to do that, that's that. As far as merch, I'm going to work on getting some shirts and some hats. I have some designs that I want to put out eventually. I'm just working on getting a website out there. That's kind of all in the works at the moment. Absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
Cool, man. And when you do, let me know, and I'll put it out there too to help you out, brother. Because no, thank you. I really needed to see that video today. I really needed that today. But we're going to go out here on a song.
We're back to October 15th of last year.
Back to yesterday. Isn't that the song, Back to Yesterday? Or there we go. Back to October 15th of last year. That's the new remix.
There's still some videos of dubstep, or the new thing is funk.
Version.
It's like dubstep.
People still like dubstep, right?
Yeah, it's still a thing.
See, I get to learn new stuff from the children of the world. So I can be hype, so I can be dope. I don't think people still say dope. Well, after saying dope, I kind of feel bad saying dope after seeing that video. So, but
likewise.
But I just want to thank you, Manny, for being on the show, man. It was awesome to meet you. Would love to see you at the Extreme Tour. I keep telling them to bring it over here, and I can help out doing it here. So I'll get a hold of Gallery Cat and the peeps over there, and see if we can get that going. Maybe we can meet, or have you come out for a Metal Grace? Because oh yeah, speaking of Metal Grace is November 9th this year. November 9th will be our third Metal Grace. It's going to be in Fort Worth at Hope Works in Fort Worth. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be a pop-up venue, a bunch of vendors out there. It's going to be a pop-up where you can buy some stuff. Get you a hat, get you a shirt, get you some bedazzled beads or whatever you want, and then come in and enjoy the show. We're going to have 6 bands, man, and most of them are from Resurrection Records, which is Aaron Michaels' record label. So come out, shake some hands, or carry some merch. Help these awesome people out with taking care of them. So it's November 9th. It starts at 12 until we get kicked out. So it's going to be a rock and roll show. It's going to be awesome. Cannibalistic's going to be there for the 3rd year in a row. Cannibalistic, really a bunch of fun guys, man. I think you and Manny and Cannibalistic should do a song
that would be
together.
awesome.
That would be awesome. That would be my dream. The Flamuel Cannibal. There you go. Yeah. But brother, man, I appreciate you being on the show. And I appreciate all the new listeners that come in here thinking this is a Food Network show where I will teach you how to cook through the radio. I don't know how that works. But the edification you do get, is from Jesus Christ through the testimony of my good friends or my constant babbling. And with that, man, you are welcome here. You are loved here. God loves you. Jesus loves you. I love you. And you know what? This song will love you more. So here it is. We're out.
I only wish that you could see the person that you used to be. The difference is just like night and day. You said they make you feel complete, but you can't hide your emptiness, and they could care less for you anyway. Can we go back to yesterday, when you felt no need to change? Can we go back to yesterday? Yeah. If you feel like that you need to change just for someone to love your way, then you compromise who you are inside, and you never will be the same. So whatever happens, happened to loving yourself. You don't have to be what they tell you to be. If you feel like that you need to change, then you sacrifice who you are inside. You're not who you were before, and I don't know you anymore. You are so much more. Just for someone to look your way, then you can't realize who you are inside, and you never will be the same. So whatever happened to loving yourself? You don't have to be what they tell you to be. If you feel like that you need to change, then you sacrifice